Yo, what's up, YouTube? Oh man, guys, I feel great this morning. It's an amazing day. Happy Sunday, y'all. Man, guys, I've been losing a lot of freaking weight, and I just want to share that little quick praise report real quick. Man, for those people that are struggling with gluttony, I just want to speak on this. This is not going to be what we're talking about, but for those that are struggling with gluttony, it was such a killer for me for a long time. I used to be absolutely jacked, and I'm getting back there in really good shape. But the gluttony is what helped me, like getting control of the gluttony, getting delivered from that spirit, getting delivered from indulging in that sin willfully, right? It's not always a spirit, right? But sometimes it's deeper than that, is why you're eating, right? That's what I'm trying to say. There's something deeper in me that I had to get rid of in order to get rid of that gluttony. But if you're having trouble getting in shape, you may need to get rid of whatever's inside of you that you have to go eat all the time to fill. You're trying to fill something in your mind. You're trying to fill something, something that you're missing, right? It's like when people always need to drink alcohol or smoke weed, whatever, because they're trying to fulfill something inside them, right? And I'm not talking about the people that are like genuinely hurting and pain that need cannabis. I'm not talking about those people, all right? Anyways, guys, let's talk about waiting on the Lord. Let's talk about waiting on the Lord and how important it is. And I'm talking about this because something happened to me last night, and my flesh was going crazy because I wanted it, right? But I don't know if it's right. So that's what I always used to do in my past life, was always whatever the flesh wants, the flesh gets. Right? It led me to destruction. It led to demise. It didn't lead me to where I wanted to actually go with my life. So, waiting on the Lord, right? Verse that we're going to be in today, Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3, verse 11. Okay? For he makes everything beautiful in time. And I might have switched some words around, so bear with me. Again, guys, correct me if I'm ever wrong. But for he makes everything beautiful in its appointed time. There we go. For he makes everything beautiful in its appointed time. Okay? Now, guys, who can understand that, of just like rushing things, not waiting for God to actually tell us to move on said thing? We do it anyway, and we usually end up with something that we don't want all the freaking time, right? We end up with something that we don't want because we're impatient. The flesh wants what it wants, and the flesh wants it right now, always, right? And that gets us into a lot of trouble as Christians. That gets us into a lot of trouble even when you are an unbeliever, right? Just always moving with no plan, with no direction. You think you know everything. You think you have all the wisdom in the world to know said thing, and you don't. And it always blows up in your face time after time after time after time. So we gotta wait on the Lord, guys. Sorry, I was just getting in a workout, sweaty. But we gotta wait on the Lord, for he makes everything beautiful in its appointed time. Appointed to who? To you? Appointed to God, guys. And again, everything always stems back to faith, which is why, what does God tell us to do? Put your faith in Jesus Christ, right? The gospel, faith. It starts there with your faith, right? Because think about this. If you have so much faith in God, you have a healthy fear of the Lord, right? When your flesh wants to do something, you might want to go do it, but in your spirit's going to say, whoa, hold up. You actually don't want that. That's not going to lead you to where you want to go, and you have a decision to keep going with your flesh or to wait on God. And what does this mean? Do I mean just like sit in a room and do absolutely nothing? No, of course not. You still got to be making moves, doing things forward. But this is what it's like. Pastor said this. It's like, did you go and wait on God and get confirmation before you signed that contract? Did you go and wait on God and get confirmation before you went and got in that relationship? Did you get confirmation before you got that car? Right? Did you get confirmation before you took that job? Right? Did you get confirmation for these things? Or you say, I'm going to do what I want to do. God, I'm going to do it my way. God will let you have it anytime. He'll let you have it. He's not going to stop. He's not going to absolutely stop that. He'll let you have it. And it won't work out, and you'll be at square one. So we have to wait on the Lord, guys. Wait on the Lord. And when you're in your waiting season, guys, you need to be in prayer, right? You need to be calling out to God, and God already knows what you're going to pray for before you pray for it, but you need to still call out to God, right? This is going to show God how much faith we have in him through our wait. And I've been talking about in all my videos, it's like God is trying to do something in you, which is why you have to wait. That thing you want might be sent to destroy you. Okay? Ecclesiastes. God makes everything. And it's appointed beautiful, and it's appointed time. And I don't know about y'all, but beautiful in God's eyes. I don't want ugly in God's eyes. I want beautiful. Right? I want the best. I deserve the best. Right? Claim that. Let's go. But deserving the best means sometimes you gotta wait. Another perfect example of how many of you guys have been in a relationship before in your past, and you look back at that girl you dated when you were super young, or maybe in high school, whatever, or maybe it's like your first love that you had, and you look back, right? And you thought you were gonna marry this girl, be with her for the rest of your life. Like the first person that you've ever liked when you were, say, in your early teens, whatever, maybe early 20s. And you thought you were gonna marry her. You guys break up. And then you've been away from her for a while. You start to grow. You look back at that relationship and you're like, oh my God, what was I doing, Lord? Why was I with this person? She was horrible for me, right? And you realize that. But imagine if you would have married her. A lot of cats are out here doing that. A lot of men are out here marrying women that that's not who God has for them. But they marry them anyways. And they have a horrible relationship, right? And then they usually divorce. You know, and I'm not saying Christians, but Christians do too, right? Let's not pretend. So, guys, just keep that in mind. God will make everything beautiful in its appointed time. Come on now. Hey, happy Sunday, y'all. Go out and serve someone today. Go do something today. And also, if you're struggling, going through a lot of stuff in your life, like if you're feeling bad about what you have going on, something that helped me, guys, go serve. When you go serve and help other people, it's really hard to worry about your own problems. But when you just sit at home, sulk, bro, the enemy wants you right there. Start hopping in depression, hopping in anxiety, hopping in self-doubt, hopping in doubting God, hopping in being hopeless. It's just a stew of all bad. So go help somebody today. Even if you don't have any money, just find someone on the street, guys, that looks like hey, how's it going today? Bro, just do that. The more that you do that, the better you'll feel, the better your circumstances will feel, and you'll realize, dang, it's actually not that bad what I'm going through, right? But anyways, I love y'all. Have an amazing day. Die Empty Ministries. Let's go, baby.